Hi, everyone. This is Kathleen, and this is the person I am interviewing today, and her name is Diana North.
Hi.
She's been a friend and acquaintance for a couple of years now since we moved up here into the mountains, and I think she is such a awesome person because she's always trying to help somebody, always trying to help in any way possible. So, please help me welcome Diana. And I'm going to ask
Hi.
you to start with telling us a little bit about where you came from, how you got here, and how did you get into the business that you're in? Because I didn't mention that.
Oh yeah. So we've been up here. So I like to tell everybody I'm all American. My dad was Air Force for 21 years, so I was born in Roswell, New Mexico. But we were only there 6 months, so I have no hometown. So I'm all American. And then my dad did retire out of Nelson Air Force Base up in Montana, and we moved to the Valley when I was 14 in '79. And so ever since then, I've been in Arizona. So let's see, how did I get to Sholo? I married a wonderful man that is an economic developer, and we traveled a little bit. We were in the Valley for a long time, and then we started moving around. We moved to Branson, Missouri, Stillwater, Oklahoma. Well, Stillwater, Oklahoma. Then we went back to Great Falls, Montana, went to Branson, Missouri, and then we ended up in Sholo, Arizona, and we've loved it. And we've been here 17 years. He'll be 17 years in November. He'll have been here. And I followed him 6 months later when the kids were out of school. And I've been here ever since. And I had a lot of jobs. I've had a gazillion jobs in my lifetime. One, because I was young. And when you're young, you have lots of jobs. But I was always very computer savvy. I really enjoyed computers. I grew up in micro-age computer. I was there for 8 years back in the '80s and '90s. And so I really was at that. I was young and learning computers at that crucial area where they started making a Macintosh and all these different things started happening with computers. So I learned how to take a computer apart, put it back together, and use Windows before it was actually on before it was Windows, and use the Microsoft Word and Excel and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so through all that, I was always an office person. I always ran different kind of businesses for other people. And when we moved up here, I just kind of got tired of looking for another job. It was just job after job after job, and it's hard to work in a small town. And my husband's in business, and I was always right there with him, helping him. And lo and behold, my last job, I was working for somebody that had this kind of idea. It was called My Brother's Office, and everybody thought I was everybody's sister, but I wasn't. It was a Mason organization that started it. And they've stopped it since then, but they went out of business. And so then I moved over here with Tom and Linda Cedarblade. They bought the building and got it all ready for me to move in. And ever since then, North Star Business Center was born. And I've done that ever since. So I just really like helping businesses grow and helping the public get their office needs done. And that's how North Star became a thing.
Now, what is North Star? Because I know a lot of people don't know what that kind of a business is.
Okay, the North Star Business Center is their space support and services here in the Arizona White Mountains. So what we do is, as far as space, is I have two full-time offices that I rent full-time to people. American Family is in one, and another gentleman rents the other one. He's an accountant. And then I have a meeting space that people can come and go and rent and schedule by the day or the hour for meetings. And then I have a very large, my old conference room used to have a huge table in it, and I got rid of that, and I got 3 cubicles in there. And so people can rent those full time. And then I have 2 hot desks that people can come in, and they become members, and I can rent them spaces, and they can come and just sit down at one of my hot desks and get their work done, check their emails, pick up their mail, drop off things for clients, and head on back out, do whatever they do for a living. And then I have a little corner of my building that's where I do the business center stuff. And that's more like copy, faxing, scanning, emailing. I do some secretarial. I don't answer people's phones. I'm not anybody's private secretary. But if you need a letter written or do you need forms printed or created, I can do that kind of stuff. Business cards, I let the graphic designers make them, and I can do simple ones, but otherwise I'll send away for business cards for people. And then I have lots of members that we're just a business address. I'm their statutory agent, and they have all their mail sent here, and I let them know, hey, you got a package, come on and buy, pick it up, or you got a check, you might want to drop on by and head to the bank. You know, it's just, I'm just kind of a receptionist for a whole bunch of businesses up here.
I think that's really neat. I know when I was a Mary Kay sales director, I rented an office out of an executive office situation very
Mm-hmm.
similar to yours. And they did the same thing. They would collect the mail, all of that sort of stuff. And it was really nice. I think you're doing it with such a great thing for this community
Yeah.
because there what I'm betting there wasn't anything like that, and people
No.
were looking for something that was affordable
Mm-hmm.
but professional.
Yeah. I was here before UPS store opened, and everybody was so concerned about UPS store opening and how's that going to affect your business. And I said, you know, UPS store is going to be a great addition to our business community, and so many people will be able to utilize it, and you know, and it'll be great. People will come to me when they need Diana. They'll use UPS store when they need UPS store. So I think that people get so worried about competition. The competition is one, good for the soul, and it keeps you on your edge. But also, people have to know that if you're giving the best customer service, people will always come to you, because not only do I give the best prices, and I try to stay local, reasonable, but I give personalized services. And the UPS store, they're so busy sending packages for everybody. They have very little time to do notary work and faxing and all that kind of stuff. So even they will send people over to me. America One Mini Storage has a beautiful shipping department up front. They send people over to me because they have to take care of what they do best and what they need to focus on. And then they just send everybody over to me. And
Yeah.
I can take care of it.
And you do. That's why I go to you, because it's personalized service.
Yeah.
With a smile.
I do smile a lot. I do talk a lot too. So if you come in, expect to be talked to for a little bit, because I do enjoy talking to everybody. A lot of people will say, you know, I mean, they're in a hurry. Just say, okay, I've got to go. See you later, Diana. I'm fine with that, because I will talk and talk and talk. And really, I've got a gazillion things I'm supposed to be working on. I enjoy people so much. I'll just keep shoving aside and having a good old time with you.
Well, I think that might also be from your background, being raised in the military and going around and traveling. Because I know my son and daughter, because both my husband and I were military, they don't really know a stranger.
Yeah. Your family is who's around you. You create your family. So so like at Thanksgiving and holiday times and stuff like that, very rarely did I actually have blood relatives in front of me until my dad retired and we were around blood relatives. But at the time, it was beautiful people that we considered family, because our family would change every 6 months to a year, you know, because it's who's around you. So you can, and everybody should always be welcoming to people, always welcome people in, because you don't know what they're going through. But also, I've known so many people. I have a hard time sometimes with names now, and I always giggle and I say, hey, I'm sorry, but you know, I have met so many people in my lifetime that I might know a face, but sometimes it's in the wrong town and they look really similar. And I'm like, so I forget names sometimes, but I always try to be cordial and know that, you know, I just know a lot of people, and I've known a lot of people all through my life. So sometimes I have a little trouble with names, because you might be Sally, but you might look like a Sandy. So I might know a Sandy from somewhere else. Yeah.
So now I wanted to ask you, because I know you have another side career. You do markets. How did you get into that?
Again, a lot of this was because Steve needed help, and we're partners in life, and so I always have set myself up to be able to help him with whatever he needed. And he happened to be the director of Show on Main Street. They had lost their director, and so the city had put him as their director, and he was their director for 12 years. And I just kind of started helping him out. Justine Wintersmith had started this little market. It was about 8 people. It was struggling. She was having a hard time getting it going. Great vision, great vision. but she wanted everything made within 50 miles. And there were so many things that you had to kind of break through, but she moved away. She moved to Florida like a year and a half in, and we didn't know what to do. Steve didn't know. Shola Main Street was her partner, and they didn't know what to do with it. So Steve and I said, I told him that I could run the back office, and Derek Gibbons was really helpful. She ran the front office, so she was the market manager at the thing. Anyway, it threw me into this whole thing of doing this market and building this market up, and then, hey, let's do this event. And I started the shops event, and Steve really liked Halloween, but he doesn't like trunk or treats at all. So he created this whole spectacular festival, and for 10 years we did that, and that was wonderful. And then we started the Battle of the Bands, and I just, it's just one of those things that I fell into, and I just really enjoyed. I've always enjoyed it. So even when I left Shola Main Street, I just continued because I had some vendors that really believed in me and really needed my help continuing forward. And so I started a market at the WME Theater down in Pinetop Lakeside because my friend Teddy Crony owns it, and she was just kind enough. And now she's involved every week when we're out there. She loves coming. She helps me run the market. We have a great time every Saturday all summer long. And then we started a little one at the Shola Chamber for Sundays, and we're seeing how that goes. And now I'm doing an October one on the 19th and 20th this month. In 2024, in case this is 5 years old and you're trying to figure out what year I'm talking about. And then we're going to do one in December, and I kind of starting it all over again, but I have different people that have touched me and said, hey, I'll do it with you. I'll be there with you to help you. Will you do another shop? Will you do another market? Will you do this, that, and the other? So now I'm back into doing events again. So, and I do love them. They are my passion. I don't make a lot of money out of them, but I love doing them.
Well, I know that's one of the main ways I got to know you better, was through the market. And that helped my business so much at that time.
Yeah.
I was brand new at it, and I was so grateful that you were there and that you introduced me to other people that were supportive also.
Yeah.
Because I was successful because of the way you set it up, the way you ran it. It brought more people than anything else I've seen.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do enjoy doing it. I look at it differently than most event planners. Most event planners are in it for the money. I mean, they have to be. I don't have to be. I do it for the love of doing it, and my whole reason for doing it is for the vendors. I've always told people a market manager needs to understand her customer is the vendor. The vendor's customer is the people walking through. If you make your vendors, which are my customers, happy, they'll make the walk-through traffic happy, and everybody's then happy. So I love doing it. I like watching an event grow. I love watching it grow into a community of people, business-minded people that are trying just to survive and show what they do best. And that's usually whether they are a sewer or a baker, or in your case, you made beautiful pet clothes and stuff like that. And it was just lovely. There's so many lost arts out there that it just brings people out so they can sell their wares and show people what they do all week long and these beautiful things they make.
Do you have any plans for the future of any changes coming in your business or in your life?
My life, let's see. My husband, we're in our 60s. I'm kind of 60 in January, so I'm really excited about that. But as we approach that date, it's like you start getting into your fourth quarter or your third half, whatever you want to call it. You're ending. So I will always be there to support my husband, and he's got some amazing projects that he's working on that I'm extremely excited for our entire region about. So I will be there for him and to help him. I will continue with definitely the market as long as the vendors want to be there and they all have a smile on their face and they're doing well. I will be there for them. I will do some shops. If that's what the vendors want to do, I will do that for them. And North Star Business Center, I can see me doing this for quite a long time. It doesn't hurt me to come in every day and have a great time and show people, help people get what they need to get done. I don't have a rough life. I have a very blessed life. So I'm very lucky to love what I do and be able to give back so much to the community. and that have a husband that we work so closely together and can help support each other. It's just, so I don't see us in the next 10 years doing anything major, but I'm sure we're starting to slow ourselves down at some point, start traveling more, and start taking some time off. And but I just, yeah, I can't see not ever being part of the community, and business is in my blood. So I don't know how it happened, but I mean, I kind of fell into it. It wasn't something I had planned, and I will always be wanting to help businesses grow in our region.
And I think you have a very large gift in doing that.
Well, thank you.
Yes. There was something else I was going to ask you. Trying to think. I do know that I'm excited for you that you're going to be traveling soon. And I'm excited. Have you ever been to England?
No, I've never been. I've been in 49 of the 50th states. I've traveled all the U.S. I've been into Canada, I've been in Mexico, but I've never been off the continent. I haven't gone to Hawaii. That's my one state that I have not been to. And I have not been to Puerto Rico. So, or Guam. So I know those are all part of America, but at the 50 states, I've just not been to Hawaii. And I'm getting excited about going across the pond. The flight's probably going to be the hardest thing for me. I don't understand how you sit on the plane. I mean, I had a hard enough time going to Alaska. That's a long flight.
Yes.
So once I get there, I'll be okay. My husband keeps us moving. he takes care of the itinerary, and we just had to keep up with it.
Yeah, I know what I was going to ask. What would you tell somebody if they were going to ask you, why should we come to Show Low? Why would we want to move to Show Low?
Well, it all depends on what their
say
mission is.
Say something like, I'm originally from Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Why would what would be attractive to me or to anyone?
We do live in one of the most beautiful regions in our country. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. The cost of living is much better than most of the other mountainous spaces in our, in our country. I think Show Low offers a very unique space. The valley is desert, so you can go down there anytime in the winter, and it's absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, and all that. But it's not so far. You're another 6 hours from the coast, so you can go to San Diego, LA. Otherwise, you can go up into Colorado or to go to skiing. But we have skiing right here. We have hunting. We have fishing. We have any kind of outdoors that you want to do, and we're growing. So if I was to tell anybody, if you want a nice, small community that is in a mountain area, you want to come now, because another 10 years, it's going to be built up beautifully, but we're going to have so much more. And it's not necessarily, I'm not talking about big retail and all that, but just we have a lot of people looking at our region because it is so gorgeous, especially the film industry, which I know you know about. We have so many people that are interested in it. We're going to boom again. And then I'm afraid that a lot of my friends will never, I couldn't move here now, but another 10 years, I definitely wouldn't be able to move here. So I just am so glad I have a beautiful home. I have a wonderful husband. Our family loves to come visit us here. They live all over. We have everything that we need here. A lot of people will say, well, you don't have enough shopping. Well, how much shopping do you need? How many restaurants do you need? How much, we have quite a lot of things that we have, but we are a region, our town, and a lot of this is my husband, but it's also his bosses and our council's looking at as watching him on his projects. Where we think ahead, we want to grow the jobs here. We want to grow the entrepreneurs here. We want to grow the service workers here. We want the plumbers. We want the electricians. We want the craftsmen. And those people will come here. They'll have beautiful homes of their own. They'll have a wonderful quality of life, and they'll be able to work here and make money here all at the same time. So that's what I would tell people is why they want to come here. It's just gorgeous.
I couldn't agree with you more. We drove through here just because we wanted a different direction to go see our son when he was stationed in Oklahoma.
Uh-huh.
And we just loved it. Not Payson, not any of the other towns, but Show Low. I told my girlfriend about Show Low because I did 3 years of research before moving here. She moved here before I did. But it has been one of the most wonderful places to live. The cost of living, like you said, is great, and the people are good. And one of the things that drew me was when my girlfriend came out here, she talked to people on the street, and some of them were young, and she asked them, why are you here? Because they like this town. They grew up here. They don't want to go anywhere else.
Right.
And when you have young people that say that, that shouts what this place is about. So
And a lot of the children are coming back. I think our biggest thing up here is getting the jobs that they need, but it's not necessarily from large manufacturing. A lot of it's going to be now, especially that so many places are doing remote working. We have a lot of our county, our state, our cities are all putting into the infrastructure and bringing up more broadband and taking care of all that kind of stuff, APS, all those places. They're doing so much here to put us to the next level so that people can do remote work. We can get maybe some bigger businesses, but it's literally letting people be individuals, letting them do their job during the day, and then they can go out kayaking at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when they're done with their days of work, because we have beautiful lakes, we have beautiful streams, we have beautiful hiking trails. We have so much to offer, but you can, I mean, like when I go to the dentist's office, I go to Dr. Adams. Have you ever been to Dr. Adams' office? They literally back up to the meadow. So when you're in the dentist chair and he's fiddling with your mouth or you're waiting or whatever, you have these beautiful picturesque windows. It's a beautifully old building. It's a beautiful building, but your view is a pasture. He has cows, they have horses, they have chickens, they have ducks, they have just different things that are wandering out there. You never know what you're going to see. But that's my view at a dentist's office. You know what I mean? So it's just absolutely beautiful here. And we're growing smart. We are growing smart.
Yeah. I can see that it's not like so many of the closer, like we lived in a bedroom community for commuting to San Diego and to LA. And it grew so fast, so quickly that it went from the richest town in the United States, more money on the main street, which was called Florida, than it was on Wall Street.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to the poorest town. Now it's the poorest town
because kind of went up and down.
It just is so sad
Yeah.
To see that. But what's happening here is not rush and get it done. It's pace it. And that's
Sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. I apologize. I didn't bring any water in here.
okay. Well, we're about to wrap it up. And
okay.
I just want to ask you if you want to say anything before we close out.
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm so excited about everything that you're doing. I think you're doing a wonderful job, and thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. And I'm going to have on the end of the video a way to contact Diana if you want to ask her anything about business or about Show Low. She'll be available.
Yeah.
And if you're local, if you need a printer, if you need a notary, if you need something like that, you can see her. Okay.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you all, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
There we go. Yeah.